Alright, here's 2 points that we're going to put in slope-intercept form. And don't forget, slope-intercept form is y equals mx plus b. And we need to know m, which is our slope, and we need to know b is our y-intercept. So we need to know these things. We got to find these things. So if we have 2 points, there's a way to find the slope. And if you remember, this is x1, this is y1, this is x2, this is y2. So we're going to use our slope formula, which is y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Let's just fill it in. Alright, so my y2 is negative 5. I have to put the subtract sign. It's right there. See that was subtracting? That automatically goes there. y1 is a 3. My x2 is a 4, and we're going to put the minus because we see it right below there. And then my x1, notice this is a negative 2. And so if you kind of notice here, I have 2 negatives side by side. That's going to make a positive. So when I rewrite this, this is what it looks like. It looks like negative 3. Let me erase this part so you can see. It's going to be negative 5 minus 3 over 4 plus 2. See how the 2 negatives make it a positive? And so this ends up being a negative 8 over 6, and if you simplify it should be negative 4/3. So there's my slope right there. So we already know the slope. Now we're going to look for the y-intercept. And for us to do the y-intercept, we're going to plug in the slope and the point into the slope-intercept form. Alright, so we get to pick a point. See, we only have one x and y, so we're going to pick one of these. We're going to pick, let's pick these 2 guys here. I like these guys. So that's negative 2 and 3. Alright, so my y value is going to be 3 equals, my slope we said is negative 4/3. And then we have an x value. The x1 is negative 2, so we're going to put negative 2 here. Alright, let's put a 1 underneath it so that way it looks like a fraction. Plus b. Alright, so we have 3 equals negative 8 over 3 plus b. Alright, so how do we find what b is going to be? Well, we're going to have to add 8/3 over to the other side because it's subtract. We want the b by itself. So we're going to add the opposite of minus 8 over 3. It's going to be plus 8 over 3. So now this is what we end up with. We end up with 3 plus 8 over 3 equals b. Now remember, when you add and subtract fractions, you have to have a common denominator. So I'm going to take the 3 here and multiply it. I want the bottom numbers to be the same, so I'm going to multiply 3 to the top and bottom. And when I do this, I'm going to get 9/3 plus 8/3, and that's going to equal b. So what's 9 plus 8? That's 17, and remember the denominators don't change. So my b is 17/3. So let's come up with an equation. Alright, so I'm going to erase this. And then we're going to just put our equation together. So here we go. Y equals mx plus b. Alright, my slope was negative 4/3, remember? We'll put the x, and then my y-intercept is going to be a plus 17/3. And this is our answer. We don't have to convert it into mixed numbers or anything like that. We can leave it just like that for right now. Now, when we convert this into standard form, then we'll have to get rid of the fractions.